want to normalize speaking about mental health because it's just something that a lot of these homeless people, they really struggle with it and they're not giving the resources or support they need.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are at the magnificent Stratosphere. Chilling out here with Eliana. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Eliana, what brings you to Vegas?
This time was supposed to be business. Originally in 2018, I came to get married.
So what happened?
I ended up in a very toxic domestic relationship, and yeah, things just kind of downward spiraled from there.
Yeah. Do you give us permission to use this video on our social media and online?
I do.
All right. So, where were you born?
I was born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
You're born in Cedar Rapids?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I was there about a year ago. I'm going there again. I just saw like one of those unsolved crimes, murder mystery or something.
Like investigation, discovery things?
Yeah, about this 40-year case that was just solved recently through DNA. I think it was Ancestry.com case.
Oh, wow, really?
She was abducted at the mall in like 1980 or 1979. Michelle Martico, I think. You ever heard that case?
Yeah, it sounds familiar. When you say it, it sounds familiar.
That was a wild case in Cedar Rapids. What's that mall over there? I think they
Lindale Mall. Oh, wait.
Mall, yes.
They tore it down. That's Westdale Mall.
Oh, Westdale. It was Westdale Mall. Yep, it was Westdale Mall. Yep.
That would make sense. That's crazy.
I was so fascinated with that story. I watched it like 4 times.
You know, that's crazy because we've never ever gone to that mall. Yeah. And I'm a 90s baby. And even in the 90s, like the early 2000s, I guess I would say, that mall was never really active. But it would make sense that, you know, people shied away from it after that.
Yeah, so. She was murdered in a car downstairs. And the guy was became a successful businessman, had a successful life, a different marriage.
Out there in Cedar Rapids?
Yeah, but he moved to some other city around there.
I was like,
he had a successful life, and then the detectives came to his office and said, "We got you." Yeah, it was crazy.
Dang, who ended up? Did you ever, like? Do you remember who they said ended up killing her?
They what?
Do you remember the name of the person they said ended up killing her?
Yeah, I don't know the name, but they found him.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, look it up, Michelle Martico. Anyway, it was a fascinating story. So sad. She was so beautiful, so young.
It's a lot of those, though. A lot of people. That's why a lot of people who live out there. We renamed the city, nicknamed it Cedar Ratchets because a lot of people.
Cedar Ratchets.
Yeah, because a lot of people come out there and hide after they kill people or do crazy things.
All right, young lady, what are you abusing right now?
So I struggle with opiates. I just recovered. I still am recovering. I guess they say you're always addicted. I was a real bad alcoholic when my mom just recently passed. So I used alcohol to cope with that. But then recently after she passed, I started abusing opiates pretty bad.
Oh man, hope you get off of those. You still have your looks, you got your teeth.
Except for the one that chipped in an accident.
But you have your looks. Do you have a boyfriend out here?
No, I don't date.
You don't date?
No, I don't date or I do sexual relations.
I'm celibate. Do you work the streets at all?
No, not at all.
Okay, what keeps you away from that?
Just really God and my mom. My mom raised me to be a lady. It was a big thing. She just raised me to be a good woman, a good wife, a lady. And spiritually, I value myself and my womanhood. They go, God and my purity go very much hand in hand. So.
What's your message to your mom?
I'm sorry. I think it's weird now because I know she can see everything. Now it's like I can't hide anything from her. I'm sorry and I love you.
I know if your mom's looking down, she'll forgive you.
That's all right.
Yeah. You believe in God, right?
Oh yeah, a big part of everything I do.
Yeah. What religion?
So like I said, I was adopted by my mom. I was adopted by a very nice Jewish family, and then as I grew up, they were very supportive of just, you know, our growth spiritually and anyway, really. So I became more of a open-minded spiritual woman. So now I practice more, I would say Hinduism, Buddhism, and then just I go off of my ancestral. So like my ancestral, like where I come from, my cultural stuff, I use those as guidelines for my spiritual practices. So a lot of meditation and natural medicine.
Are you vegetarian?
I try to aim more towards pescatarian.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, pescatarian.
Awesome. You speak any foreign languages?
I used to speak Hebrew, but I still speak some Hebrew, but right now is I would say Spanish and English. I used to be Spanish, English, sign language, and Hebrew though.
You can speak Spanish?
I used to. I mean, it's not great anymore, but I can speak enough to understand. I can understand more than I can speak.
You have any special talents besides singing?
I'm actually really good with natural medicine, and I've been doing mixed martial arts since I was about 6 years old.
Another MMA fighter.
Yeah.
What if someone were to give you a contract to do MMA? Would you be interested?
God, I would love it.
You
It's
look
my
like
second
an MMA
passion.
fighter. You look like just one fighter.
It's my second passion. I literally customize my own style of fighting. It's non-violent with open palms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's say someone is interested in helping you out or giving you an offer or anything like that. Do you have an email address you can share with us?
Yes, I do. It's going to be therealyellowbaby2727
If someone's watching this, they want to help you, what's something they can do for you?
Pray for me.
What if they offer you a place to stay if you go to rehab? We have some viewers that have offered some of our previous guests rehab facility to go to. No charge to them.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
mean, I would definitely accept any opportunity to just get my life back on track. I don't like this. It's really not good for my mental health at this point.
Do you have any mental health disorders?
I do. I struggle with it. It's a big part of what I want to use my career to kind of speak out about. I want to normalize speaking about mental health because it's just something that a lot of these homeless people, they really struggle with it and they're not giving the resources or support they need. So, and I think that's a big part of where the drug addiction comes in. They self-medicate without knowing what they're doing or what they're dealing with. And nobody has a support system, so it's bad. But I deal with bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder, along with intermittent explosive disorder and a few other things. So,
Okay. So you're basically self-medicating yourself.
yeah, definitely. Definitely am. It helps keep me calm and it helps keep me out of pain. So, I mean, as long as I feel like it keeps me calm so that I don't get angry or I don't get super sad or have a tendency towards suicidal ideations.
What's your advice to young people wanting to get into drugs, hard drugs?
I would try natural medicine first. Before you do anything hard, just try to do things that are going to help you get in tune with yourself. Like once you do things like psychedelics or like if you're going to do anything, do psychedelics, things that are safe for you, things that are going to help you learn to love yourself and deal with yourself instead of run from yourself.
Okay, do you meditate out here?
Oh, a lot, yeah.
What goes through your mind throughout the day?
People are stupid.
You can just be random things too.
Yeah, people are stupid. It stinks. People are dirty, and then
People are dirty.
I think the main thing is like, why is this my life? And then it's just like, this is not my life, and
This is not your life.
then I'm tired.
You're pretty well dressed and everything. How do you stay up like that? Keep it up.
Honestly, like my main income is my group of friends and I. What we do is it's called boosting. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
don't be like me.
Do you have a record?
No, I mean yes, but no.
You're lucky.
I mean nothing, no felonies, nothing, no drugs, nothing serious. Just
Do you have a
stupid
funny
little
story?
stuff.
Do you have
A funny story? Oh gosh, yeah, I have a lot of those.
Okay, what's it about?
Okay, so when I think I was like 10 years old. So my brother had this friend. It was his best friend, and they were all really weird. They were nerds, but I mean, I didn't know that at the time. I thought they were like, his friend was the cutest guy ever. Had a huge crush on him. So stupid because they were like 16. I was like 10. But we were on a road trip to go to this anime convention. Like I said, didn't know nerds were not a cute thing at the time. But we were going to the anime convention, and I was in the back seat. I was just so happy because my crush was sitting next to me. They were crammed in the freaking minivan, and I didn't know what was going on. But I was such a nerd, right?
Yeah.
So I looked down. I'm like, my tummy hurt, and I was like, Mom, I'm hemorrhaging. So I ended up getting my period sitting right next to my crush on a road trip. On the way back home.
First time?
Yeah, right next to my crush.
Wow.
So that was the most embarrassing, awkward thing ever.
Did anyone find out?
Everyone knew. I was wearing a little skirt and it was hot. It was like a pale pink.
Yeah.
And blood was not pale pink.
Oh.
So it was like target mark. So then like the whole road trip became about getting me fixed up, cleaned up. It was, and he's just standing there like, this is so weird. This is crazy. And that was, I never talked to him again. And every time I saw him, I just ran past him. He was always at my house though, every weekend. Like they were always doing this D&D things. It was like
The what thing?
D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
So it was like this guy who had this crush on, and now he was sitting next to me when I get my period for the first time.
Yeah.
And like I ruined his whole road trip. So I'm like, he hates me, and I'm gross. And now he's at my house every freaking weekend. So it was like the most embarrassing thing ever. So my first crush became my first period, and then I had to run past him every weekend until I just stopped being at home on weekends.
Eliana, do you think life is easier being beautiful?
No.
Why?
Because it comes with expectations or bad intentions. I mean, I would tell this all the time to people, I miss being a fat, ugly kid.
You miss being a heavyset kid? Why?
Nobody bothered me with, like, nobody, at least when people were my friend, they were my friend because I had a brain, you know? They weren't my friend because they weren't trying to me, or pardon me,
No?
or trying to have sex with me, or trying to get something, to get me to get something for them for free, or help them connect them with something, you know? I think I missed the purity of the connections. I never had to worry about people's intentions when I was
Younger?
a little chunky monkey. Nobody bothered me.
All right. What's the title of your bio?
I would say beautiful disaster. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah. What gifts do you bring to the world?
Love. I love you all, and I'm here for you all. And if you ever need me, I'm going to be there.
Best topping on a pizza?
Pineapple, yeah. Or bacon.
Bacon.
But everything's better with
You
bacon.
can't eat bacon anymore, right?
I know.
Why are you memorable?
I think I'm memorable just because you're gonna feel the love from me. You're gonna feel that I care. You're gonna feel that I understand, and I want to see you happy.
How about oh hey, you want me to move? Oh, your boss tripping out. Okay. No worries. Sorry about that, guys. We just got booted out of another place. But while we're walking, Eliana was telling me that she has had experiences with ghosts and things like that. You want to explain a little bit?
Yeah, so out here in Vegas, I think it's pretty normal just because a lot of weird stuff happens out here. But I had personally, I don't know, you know, I've been pronounced dead a few times, so certain weird things have happened with me. I remember there was this one time, you know, I don't date, like I said, so there was this one time, you know, I kind of like almost gave this guy a chance. Now, mind you, his nickname was Messy, so that should have been a red flag anyway. But messy. So like that should have been a red flag because I have OCD and it's just never good to be messy. So I was in my house. I invited him over. Of course, my front door was open. It was a nice summer night here. It was breezy. I had a miscarriage around that time, and I had been seeing this little ball of energy, I guess is the only way to say it. It was like silver and white with the yellow sparkles, and it would just like bounce around. And it always made me giggle. It just made me laugh. I instantly felt joy when I saw it, right? So I'm sitting in my house talking to this guy, making myself a cup of coffee, and I'm not thinking anybody else can see the thing except for me. So me, I'm making my coffee. I see the little ball of energy come bouncing around, bounces on. He's sitting on my couch, bounces off the arm of the couch. I'm making a cup of coffee. I see it. I kind of smile to myself. This man gets up and runs so fast out of my house. I couldn't even what happened? Because I knew it. I knew it happened, but I didn't know anybody else could see it. So, needless to say, my child that had passed away did not think he was any good for me. The name Messy should have been a good enough red flag, and I never saw him again. So.
Oh, man. Thank you for that story.
You're welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for this interview, young lady.
Of course. Thank you.
Keep in touch with me, and maybe we can do an update. Hopefully you'll get cleaned up.
Yes, I definitely will. This isn't my life.
And off the streets. It's too dangerous out here.
It's definitely not safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.